Well, good morning. It is Tuesday and the anxiety is on the rise. I don't know if it's the anxiety for the start of school or the anxiety for mediation or the anxiety that I don't feel like my classroom is ready. I have a hunch it's the mediation one. I feel like right now that sort of trumps everything else. The loss of my best friend and the breakup of my marriage in the same fell swoop. It's probably what's causing me the stress. I don't know, I had one of those nights last night where I could argue that I just needed a break, or I could argue that I was scared and ran away. But I watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos and did a little bit of work. I was hoping to be all done and ready with the mediation paperwork, and I'm not. I mean, I did a lot of it for last time, so I think I'm probably okay, but I think I also need the stress of the deadline to make me efficient. I think even if I worked last night, tonight I would still work doing more. I updated the spreadsheet and I put in accurate pricing and notes of my own, but it all feels so petty to be like, you thought this cost this much money, but it actually cost this much money. Because it's just stuff, except she so inaccurately represented stuff that I have to respond. That's not fun, to sit there and nitpick the price of silverware and the price of the Kate Spade plates and what a bowl costs. And she put the air purifier that we bought on the list with a zero cost, and the reason for her wanting it is necessary for health. And it's like, yeah, but we still paid for it. But then I feel like a kind of a dipshit being like, well, let me put the cost on there. Well, it was still $500, So yeah, I went in and I put a dollar figure in. If her intention, and I don't know if it was or not, was to make me feel funny for putting a dollar value on her health, it worked. On the same token, she's lived for it's not like she took it when she moved out. She's lived for 5.5 months without, so she's doing okay. She's not dying without her air purifier. I constantly come back around to this question of how we went from so happy to so adversarial as we are right now, when really I've done nothing. If I had to make a list of the bad things I've done since she broke up with me, I talked to his ex-girlfriend when I said I wouldn't, and the other day, very recently, after he moved horses to the barn without having the courtesy to tell me, I confronted him and we had the exchange of words, and I suggested that things wouldn't always be as good for them as they are now. That she might dump him the same way she dumped me very suddenly, so he should be ready for it. Those are the two things I've done in 5.5 months. I haven't made a scene where she works, I haven't done any of the horrible things I could do. And yet, it's like this adversarial point was destined to happen. No matter what I did, she was gonna make me the enemy. And I think I've been really dignified and classy through the whole thing. It's weird. What does that say about inevitability? It's the line from When Harry Met Sally. Things have to end badly or else they wouldn't end. But truly, this has all been driven by her. The only other thing I can think I've done is go more slowly than she wanted to go. But that doesn't make me bad. That makes me human, in touch with what I think I need to be okay in the face of all this. I missed the barn. It's Tuesday morning. I'm driving into work. I've got the anxiety for mediation. It's growing. I can feel it. It's in my chest and it's just clenching. I know it will motivate me to do the work I need to do to be ready for tomorrow, but it's present. And I know once I'm through it, once I'm through and past, I'll be better for it. But I know that in between now and tomorrow at 1 o'clock, when it begins, I will probably not be in a great place. I'm not saying that to be pessimistic, I'm just saying that because that's been the pattern through the past mediation sessions. But tomorrow's the one where I have to say no to her offer and ask for what it is I want, and say I'm not signing the quit claim on the property she's buying. Like, tomorrow's the one that seals that deal in terms of us. In my mind, it seals the deal in terms of us never being anything ever again. And I say that because I'm anticipating how she's going to blow up. I'm not saying because anything with me changes, because tomorrow she's not going to get her way in a big way. I think it's going to go badly. And I think it's going to take some courage to sit there in the mediation room and hold my ground, or to get up and leave. Whew, okay, so yeah, it's 8:50 in the morning. I need to go in and clean the classroom and get my head together and lay out my divorce paperwork and make sure that's all in order. And the human experience is really curious and funny to me. I've talked to people kind of extensively about this, but basically the point I'm at now, we're 5.5 months, a little over 5.5 months into this breakup, and it hurts every single day. And it still doesn't make sense. I don't get why she's done what she's done in the way that she's done. It doesn't make sense to me still. She definitely doesn't seem like the person I married. But I definitely feel worn down. I feel tired. And I mean, I definitely haven't suffered the way other people suffer, so I'm not trying to be a martyr. What I'm trying to sympathize with is I understand more why people give up on situations. Because, you know, this, and it's only been 5.5 months, you know, but it does seem interminably long. It's an odd meditation. This breakup has been forefront on my mind for the past 5.5 months. The number one thing I think about every single day. And the associated loneliness and anxiety and desperateness. Bright points in the last 5.5 months have been therapy, getting to ride horses, and genuine connections with people who are kind to me. And when I think about the amount of kindness I've received from others, it's almost overwhelming in a really positive way. I'm so lucky. Given that, I'm still tired. I want it to end. I want this situation to be over. And I don't know if in the past I was really judgy of other people and them making moves or making decisions that didn't make sense to me. I try really hard to be empathetic towards other people, but I understand now with more potency why sometimes people just stop, just give up. I understand the impulse right now to be like, I'll sign whatever, just go away, just leave me alone, just stop hurting me. And if I didn't have the support network that I have, I may have done that. Because it wears you down. I know I'm in here somewhere, but I'm so flippin' broken or damaged or scarred feeling that I don't know how to come back out. You know, so I have this blind belief that once the divorce is done, once the condo sale, once she's gone, that I'll have a better chance of reemerging. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's just from where I stand now, those options seem possible. Ooh. People are crossing the street and an adorable little blonde girl just tripped and skinned her knees. Oh. See, and that's it. Like, I would always recognize that that's really sad. But now it like breaks my heart. God. I'm ready to be through this phase and just be back like to being a normal me. You know, not that it makes me a bad person. It just, I feel very compromised. I feel like I could just kind of break emotionally at any moment. And that's not a good place to be. And maybe when the familiarity of getting back in the class happens, when I become classroom me, it'll all be better. I don't like being mean. I'm really communicative. I'm really clear. I'm really open and honest, and I'm proud of that. If you know me, you know me. I'm not keeping secrets. I'm not playing games. And I feel like this all falls in that realm. I know I'm gonna do something tomorrow that she doesn't know I'm gonna do. Some people would say, like, yeah, you have leverage. That's just being smart. My natural state in my marriage is to be transparent. The more open and honest you are, the more possible things are. If we both know what's going on, then we can more smoothly navigate anything. I think that's really good. Like, I'm proud of that. I was trying to explain to somebody yesterday, after I was out of the heat of the moment, my whole confliction with taking vows when you get married. That whole, like, for better or for worse thing. And like, she and I are still technically married. You know, we filed the petition for divorce, but we could undo that, like, in a 1-page document. And I'm not saying I want to, I'm just saying we could. We are still married. So I was trying to explain to somebody the sort of mania I feel, where I took a vow, for better or for worse, and I meant it. I meant it to the core, absolutely. And as such, we're still married. And this is about as worse as I can imagine it being interpersonally. But should I still fight? I took a vow to work, like, through better or worse. Should I still try? That would be being true to the vows I took. In the face of logic and reality, she's gone. She left. Like I should not fight anymore. I should very much realize it's over. She's gone. The person I was talking to, I was talking about me, and I said, so am I being loyal, or am I being a fool? And they laughed. which I guess was their way of saying you're being a fool. And I think very quickly, probably as soon as tomorrow in our mediation, that feeling will expire. That feeling of for better or for worse. I think the truest colors will be shown tomorrow. And while I think she's annoying right now, I think tomorrow might give me a few more adjectives in terms of how I feel about her. As I was talking to you before, a text came in from the mediator saying, why don't you guys come at 2 o'clock tomorrow? And if you get there a little early, there's a lawyer in the building who is a notary and can sign whatever. Is that my cue now to chime in and be like, hey guys, just so you know, I'm not signing anything till our agreement is finalized. I don't know. I just feel like it was a strange coincidence that we were talking about it and then that happened. I don't owe her anything at this point. She's not treated me with any respect. So the respectful move of letting her know that I'm not signing anything, there's probably no point. If I tell her that, then she has the next 27 hours to be pissed off and stew and steam about it and make a contingency plan. And if I say nothing, which is what I've done, I've never agreed or I've never consented to sign anything. She will be surprised by that tomorrow. So it comes back to what? Communication. Them respectfully letting me know anything, which they have not done. Them telling me about their lives, which they have not done. So I don't have to tell her anything about my life. When it comes down to the line, when it comes down to doing or not doing something, I don't have to tell her. I feel weird about it, and I'm a little disappointed in myself for that. I should just be in this FU state of mind for everything she's done and he's done the whole time. If I did that to her, she would be a tornado of rage and lashing out. I'm going to Fidelity right now to get what will probably be the last statement balance I'll ever get for her, because I think when she sees that I know how much money she's had, she will freak out and immediately cancel my durable power of attorney. That's fine. Once the attorneys get involved, it will be fine. The sentimental in me, you know, if it is the same guy at the front desk that I've dealt with the past, I don't know, 8 times I've gone to Fidelity, you know, part of me will want to be like, well, this will be the last time I'll be seeing you, so thanks for all your help. So I decided, screw it, and I'm going to the barn. I just want to go up there and see people and see the sunset and just be there. And it doesn't matter to anybody, because I'm anxious, because I'm stressed, because going home by myself at 3:30 in the afternoon doesn't sound good. Like, how am I gonna edit these things? Like yesterday, I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was a couple days ago, I was reviewing footage last night. I shot 1 hour and 47 minutes of footage during one day. How do you manage that? For me personally, when I'm home alone and lonely, having me on in the background telling me about me is comforting. But I don't think most of the people in the world care. So then it's like, how do you make a story out of it? By the time you see this one, I will already have figured out how to make a story out of it. So the things I'm saying now are relevant. So you probably won't even see this, because I'll probably cut this, because the whole point of my thinking this now will be solved by the time this goes live. I've always liked movies about time travel and stuff like that, and I feel like that's what's happening right now. Right now it is late August. Like, right now for me. What is right now for you? I wonder what I'm doing right now as you are living your right now. Comment below. Just kidding. It's just weird. I wonder if the delay between shooting these and publishing these will matter. We're gonna go for it anyway, so we'll see what happens. I think coming to the barn was a smart idea. I saw people and we just hung out and talked for a little while, and then they brought one of the horses over to the show, and my barn friend and I went and flew the drone, and it was just fun. Honestly, when I'm here, I just feel okay. I just feel calm and normal and all right. So I think whenever I'm in doubt, I should come here. Got another episode of checking in with the stallions. Well, hello. How you doing? Oh, you're not going to listen to... That's okay. That's all right. You're probably traumatized by the fact that he bought you and he's training you. It's a lot to take, and you're probably in a pretty low depression right now, just knowing, like, God, every day I have to see him. If I had to see him every day, oof, I don't even know how I could go on. So good luck, stay strong, and you'll find a way out of this. Check in with the other guy. Try not to be too spooky. Well, hi there. How is dinner? Hey, I just want to check in on you, see how you're doing. How is the adjustment going? Is the reality of your lot in life setting in? He's pretty tough to take. I know. And honestly, it probably seems right now like you'll never get out of this, but just keep your head up, Something good will come along, and something brighter is ahead. You just gotta believe. Just believe in yourself. You'll be okay. Yeah, it's true. Okay. Okay, so the barn was a success. It is 6:23 at night. The sun sets in exactly an hour. Definitely have that Lord of the Rings feeling.
It's so quiet.
It's the deep breath before the plunge.
I don't want to be in a battle, but waiting on the edge of one I can't escape is even worse.
That's tonight. By this time tomorrow, whatever will happen will happen. It will be done. And just after noon tomorrow, I'm gonna tip downwards and go and see how it goes. And I'm scared. I'm really scared. And I'm scared because it's really unpredictable. And I'm scared because I know the events of tomorrow will seal the fate of the relationship. It will be forever dead. Knowing who she is as a person, the surprises she gets tomorrow from me and what I know and what I've prepared, she won't like it. So whereas she's crazed, I think I've been pretty methodical in my research, in my approach, and talking to lawyers and collecting data and trying to heal myself. What I reveal tomorrow should be pretty logical. This is what I want. This is why. If you don't want that, we will use attorneys. In the meantime, I won't sign anything you want me to sign, which means you probably can't buy the property you want to buy. And honestly, I don't care. I don't care at all. People are trying to predict what will happen, that I'll walk out and... Alright, so here's the game. I parked in 20-minute parking. Can I get in, get fish tacos, and get back to the car in 20 minutes, or risk a parking ticket? I don't know. Fingers crossed on this one. Well, I've come up here to my spot, and as usual, there's a band of clouds on the horizon, so I'm not expecting a whole lot from the sun tonight. I'm here. I feel okay. Gosh, I am nervous about tomorrow. I'm trying to keep the stress and the anxiety at bay, but I'm glad I'm here, just to be here for a minute and to be present and try and chill out a little bit, because I'm stressed. My anxiety is high. I don't know. I think my want for everything is for things to just go peacefully and decently and respectfully, and they definitely won't, because she's done that not at all during this process. So I know tomorrow will be bad, and I know no matter what I do, it will be bad. So looking out for my best interests, which I have to do, is still going to result in it being bad. No matter what happens, tomorrow's going to be bad. It's really hard to go into a situation you know is going to be bad no matter what. And I need to, because somebody's going to look at the condo tomorrow, so I need to clean and prep the place tonight to get it ready for that. I need to get the dog out tomorrow before mediation, get all the lights on, get the whole place prepped for a viewer tomorrow, and then another viewer on Thursday. And we're waiting for the first guy who looked at it to see if he gets approved, because he might very well write an offer. So it's a lot of work just pulling the place together. Maybe it'll just keep my mind active and make this mediation thing less daunting, because I'll be distracted by everything else I have to do. I don't know. I had a good time at the barn. I had a good time at Taco Tuesday by myself, and I'm having an okay time here without the sun. It's just fun. She used to like my smile, and she used to like my laugh, and she doesn't anymore. She doesn't like my face anymore. You know, I just represent something bad. So I just don't hold the same place to her anymore. And it's strange, because you think once you do, you always do. But I think her like for me was conditional, whereas my love for her is real. That sucks a little. Sucks a lot. I was just thinking about a little story or an anecdote that I will miss sharing with her. We went for massages one time. You go into the room and they play that chill music and they give you a massage and everything. And after the massage, we came out and we were talking, and hers was good, I guess. And instead of just new agey music in my room, they played like a new age version of Michael Jackson's Earth song. I don't know if you remember the video for that, but it's basically about the destruction of the environment. So there's you know, bulldozers tearing down trees, and there's Michael Jackson like standing, but there's like trees, and he's got his arms spread wide, and the wind's blowing, and he's like it's super dramatic. I mean, it's wonderfully Michael Jackson. It's just not the image you want in your head when you're trying to like relax and get a massage. For some reason, we thought it was the funniest thing. I'm sure me telling you it, you're probably not sitting there like, oh my god, that is funny. But if I told her that, she would think it was funny, because you know, we'd be talking about something we experienced together. And that's the hardship of this. She will never like me enough again to find that story funny. I mean, never mind love, never mind the rest of it. After what goes down tomorrow. And it was probably going to be that way anyway, but it's really sad. Like, it makes me sad to think 7 intense years of awesome private jokes and shared experiences are just going to get locked away forever. And I know I need to focus on the positive and make new memories with a new person. But I'm not gonna lie, I really liked the memories I had with that person. I loved my life with her. I loved our jokes. God, we laughed all of the time. And that's why this is weird. Even if she fell out of love with me, we were funny together. We liked each other. Undoubtedly, we had great chemistry. That's what I think about when I can't process why this relationship fell apart, why she broke up with me so harshly, because we were such great friends, and I don't get it. And it takes me a really long time to make friends. And I really care, like, I'm really invested in my friends, like I really love my friends, and I don't have very many of them, and she was my best friend. How does somebody do that? You know, I'm not making any excuses, but I can understand falling out of love with somebody, falling in love with somebody. Of course, it doesn't make sense to me in my situation, but logically, I can understand how that happens to people. But I can't understand how best friends in the world, and I know I sound like a teenager, like, she was my best friend in the world, but she was. For a long time, regardless of love, how does a best friend treat another friend that way? If I could get the answer to that, maybe it would help me heal. How does it just shut off? How does it just stop? Like friendship, never mind love and sex and all of that, but like friendship, like that genuine chemistry of two people who just really fucking like each other. Explain that loss to me. Explain how that stops. Explain how that shuts off. Explain how you can kill that for the promise of new love with somebody else. I cannot get my head around it. You know, I try and put medical reasons to it, or clinical reasons to it, or you know, I just struggle to find a reason that makes sense. And even when I can explain it one of those ways, it doesn't make it feel any better. It doesn't make it make sense. It just makes me feel like I never meant to her what I thought I meant to her. And that does a whole different level of undermining. Let's predict the future. I think 24 hours from now, I will be planning on hiring an attorney. I think after mediation tomorrow, that's the route we will go. Given what the past 5.5 months have been like, the way she's been, the way she's treated me, the way she's acted, the assumptions she's made about me, which have by and large been incorrect. I mean, she thinks I'm softer and weaker than I actually am. I think she thinks tomorrow I'm just gonna sign whatever so she can move on with her life, which is berserk. Anyone you talk to about this, she's claiming not to have any money. In June, she claimed to maybe not be able to pay the July mortgage. And now she's buying property in Northern California. She is. How is she doing that when she didn't have money before? It reeks of dishonesty. And maybe I'm saying that with so much emphasis because I have her bank statement and I know it's dishonest. I'll get the paperwork together. I think what I need to be able to do is present it well. Like when I have to refer to something, just go through the folders and pull out what it is I'm talking about. Why did she have to be like this? Why did she have to do this? It did not have to be so terrible. All right, well, I gotta get some work done. If I don't see you later, I will definitely see you in the morning.